Royal Caribbean has cancelled tomorrow's cruise to nowhere. The decision has been made after the Quantum of the Seas cut short a 4-day trip today when a passenger tested positive for COVID-19. More than 2,800 people on board the affected ship have been disembarking this evening. Well, they had been stuck in their cabins for more than 14 hours. Vanessa Lim joins us live at the Marina Bay Cruise Centre in Singapore. So, Vanessa, with Royal Caribbean cancelling tomorrow's sailing, what's going to happen to those affected?
Well, the Royal Caribbean has said that they'll be giving them giving the affected passengers a full refund, as well as a 25% credit on a future cruise. But obviously, the passengers that were looking forward to the cruise, they have expressed that they're a little bit disappointed. Now, the cancelling of the cruise is, of course, a precautionary measures. It's what the Royal Caribbean has actually described as an overabundance and caution, and that comes after a confirmed case of COVID-19 was found on board this Royal Caribbean vessel just behind me. Now, this vessel was supposed to set sail tomorrow, but because of this, it's not going to be sailing anymore. And actually, this announcement came at the 11th hour. There were speculations as to whether this would be cancelled or not. And up till 8 p.m., passengers who were supposed to board the ship tomorrow were telling me that actually they had been informed that there was no changes to their cruise and that would go ahead as planned. But obviously now it's been cancelled. Now, Royal Caribbean has also shared with us that sailing will resume on the 14th of December.
Vanessa, passengers on today's cruise have been disembarking for several hours. How long is it expected to take?
Well, actually, it was supposed to end at about 9:30 p.m., but obviously we're not seeing signs of that happening anytime soon. We have spoken to some of the passengers on board, as well as seen some of the pictures and videos they have sent over, and it seems like there are still long queues on board the ship. They're waiting to disembark, and that's not all. Once they disembark, they will have to go to the cruise center where they have to do a wellness test. That includes the COVID-19 antigen test, and if they're found to be okay, then they can go home. Now, it's not clear what happens if they are found to be running a high temperature. We're still trying to get confirmation on what happens then. Now, the entire disembarking process started at about 7:30 p.m. today, so it's been quite a long process. There were over 2,800 people on board that ship. Over half of them were passengers. But despite the wait, some of them have actually talked about how orderly this entire process was. When the ship came, they did not allow the passengers to disembark immediately because they had to conduct contact tracing. And also, just across from this ship you see over here, there was another cruise that is the World Dream, which is operated by another cruise liner. And to avoid the passengers from both ships mingling and to ensure safe distancing, what they did was they waited for the passengers to finish embarking on the other cruise, that's the World Dream, before they could start the disembarking process for the Royal Caribbean. Now, what we also know is that for the other ship, the World Dream, they brought forward their embarking process. They were supposed to set sail at about 9 p.m., but they brought forward this by about 3 hours just so that the passengers in here could disembark a little bit earlier as well. And as I mentioned, the passengers, yes, it's a long wait, but they are the ones that we've spoken to so far. They've really expressed happiness, and also they're impressed that this entire thing has been quite orderly.
It's good. We stayed in the room the whole day, but RC actually gave us a lot of information throughout the whole day, and we feel kind of safe. And the protocol, the restriction, the rules on board, they were very strict. I feel safer there, in fact, as compared to some places in SG.
But they're not out of the woods yet. These passengers will have to monitor their health for the next 14 days. And after that, after the end of the monitoring period, they will need to undergo a swab test. Now, the cost of this will be borne by the Health Ministry.
Okay, many thanks for getting us up to speed with developments down at the Marina Bay Cruise Centre. Vanessa Lim there.